Welcome back to News, everyone. Today we're going to try actually something new. We have a 5-minute segment, and on News we usually do things that are humorous or sports, but there's something that needs to be talked about today.
So in this week's issue of The Weekly, Peter Jackson wrote an expose about the pledge class of Lambda Phi Epsilon, a fraternity in the Multicultural Greek Council. It's an Asian frat. Detailing hazing rituals that have been going on in the 2007-2008 pledge class. 13 members, they have all dropped as of January 2008. And this article is pretty harrowing and pretty upsetting.
Yeah.
Very much so, that pledges were going through things like drinking gallons, about 2 gallons of different mixtures of liquids, some with the consistency of ketchup and hot sauce. One, I believe the distilled liquid was referred to as death.
The event was called Drink Till You Drop.
Drink Till You Drop. I guess the big issue here is that the university has had a big anti-hazing policy. It's a very broad policy, as a lot of frats have brought up, but this is an obvious, clear violation of that policy, no matter how strict or general you think that policy is.
I believe it was either 2 years ago, and he was in the news because of the women's soccer team.
Yeah.
They were hazing. And it was hazing, these girls were blindfolded and, they were in their, underwear, drinking and stuff. And I don't want to, make light of that situation, but this is just, physically just dangerous. They have to drinking a gallon in one sitting, there's no way that's healthy for you. I'm sure you could probably drown. Just drinking that, and it's not even liquid, it's one of them was ketchup and Tabasco.
Yeah.
That's just not healthy. The other one is they line you up from shortest to tallest, and then the person you're next to, they have to carry you and then go through an obstacle course, like a diamond. You have to go through there's this thing where they ask the actives, they're telling them how they feel, and the quote is, "The process is designed to mimic the conditions of war."
That's not the process. That's not the way to approach the process properly. No. Obviously, that I would say that most fraternities don't view it that way.
Yeah.
That most fraternities, it's about the actives ease the pledges into being a part of the fraternity.
Yeah.
That it is not a view of an us against them mentality. Yeah. That this seems to be a very incorrect way to do this process.
I just think, it's bad for the university image in general. Mm-hmm. B, it's just they are in the multicultural Greek organization council, mm-hmm. which is separate, I believe, from the rest of them. Which, in general, they are usually separated from the rest of the fraternities. Mm-hmm. And this is just something that is going to set them even more apart. It's just upsetting that this happens. And the other problem is there's in the article there's an anonymous Asian American Studies professor who says that joining the Lambdas is important because it is the thing for Asian men to do.
If they join a fraternity, they join Lambda Phi Epsilon. They don't join a fraternity
because he says Asians feel emasculated just because they're Asian because of pop culture, and this is where they go. And
if they feel uncomfortable going there because of this, then they feel even more alienated. Yeah. I feel like that this isn't going to have a bad backlash against the IFC frats. That I don't think that because this is specifically a multicultural Greek council frat, that it's just going to add more scrutiny to those organizations.
My other thing is, no one is watching these guys. 2 people have already died in Texas for the same things that these guys were doing. And even if no one's watching, someone in the organization who's an active or a top leader member, I don't know how this shit works, but someone in the organization has to say, this might not be a good idea to be doing this, I just don't understand. It's upsetting. It just, when I read this, I just felt bad. It ruined my day.
Yeah, it's a really bad, tough, hard read.
It's
written very well. All credit to Peter Jackson. You even look back to a couple months ago with the DU scandal.
Yeah.
That this is so much bigger. Like there was speculation there that that DU came in
Yeah.
and initially kicked out a third of the House, and then a bunch of people apparently have been reinstated and things that people are okay. But this is so much bigger.
Yeah.
And it seems like from the article especially that the national organization doesn't really regulate this kind of stuff.
No.
They gave the example of 3 different chapters, one that would kick them off,
Yeah.
one that would go in and look brother by brother, and one that would do nothing.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's going to happen.
I think the last thing that is really upsetting is that the university hasn't done anything.
That there are no hazing
There are
charges.
no hazing
brought.
charges or anything, and that before winter quarter ended, as the article states, that before winter quarter ended, the Multicultural Center had been booked for February 1st and February 8th. The brothers of Lambda Phi Epsilon were seeking new members.
So they're
recruiting yet again.
Okay.
I just think it's a horrible thing.
It-
I'm hoping that they can find somewhere to go and feel at home,
Yeah.
where they are not subjugated to these type of things. It's just horrible.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right, that ends our 5-minute discussion segment. We'll come back in just a minute to do the Malleo Wrap-Up. Stick around. Welcome back to news. Before we hit the Malleo Wrap-Up, let's get into some happies.
All right, 2 happy birthdays. The first one is for Casey. She is the assistant stage manager of Russellpocalypse. We love you, and a happy birthday to Alma. You're a great friend. Happy birthday to both of you.
Happy anniversary to George W. Bush. 5 years ago, you gave a speech on a battleship with mission accomplished behind you. How's that working out for him?
Good. A very happy belated anniversary to you and your girl Kirsten. The new staff wishes you the best of luck. And a fond farewell to Willie Mays Hayes, Wesley Snipes. You didn't pay your taxes and you're going to jail. You ain't suing yourself out of this one.
All right, 1 minute left. Let's hit the Malleo Wrap-Up.
Let's go, baby. Let's do this shit.
Deal of the day announcements. NBN is reporting that Ted Leo and the pharmacist and rap group the Cool Kids are coming. Are you gonna watch?
I'm gonna watch. I'm probably gonna be a little drunk.
Of course you will.
Grand Theft Auto 4's coming out. It's supposedly a great game. You get
I
it?
mean, I'm not gonna get it. I'll go over and play it and just beat the shit out of people. Rockets and Jazz play tomorrow night. You gonna watch?
Of course I'm gonna watch. Whoever wins that is gonna play my Lakers.
There you go.
Mariah Carey and Nick Cannon are fucking and marrying. You believe in this?
I don't believe the Marion, but I mean, I guess that's cool as fucking. Nick Cannon's hilarious.
Yeah.
Movie's coming out this weekend. Iron Man. You go to see it?
I gotta see Iron Man. I'm pretty intense.
I'm
It's gonna be good.
here.
Yeah,
Free movie.
yeah. Jimmy Fallon's gonna replace Conan. How do you feel?
I'm not so sure how I feel about this. I think Jimmy Fallon's a funny guy, but I'm not really sure how he will replace Conan. He's the same kind of guy. Cher came out with word that she used to date Tom Cruise when he was a young actor. What do you think?
I don't know. They're both a little weird. Tom Cruise is also crazy. We got 4 shows this weekend. We got the Fusion show. We got Wanyu. We got the second week of the Bacchae, and we got Picasso. You going?
I mean, I'm going to Picasso. I'll go to Bacchae. I gotta go to Bacchae. Brian Coleman.
It's gonna be good. Go check it out. Skyman.
All right, that's it for this week's episode of news. I'm Kevin McFarland from San Francisco.
And I'm Renee the Pale Man from LA.
You're not even pale. Give me that. I'm a pale man.
Chill out.
Pale one.
Alright, check us out on Facebook on the Facebook group News.
And as always,
Daniel Leiden. Facebook him. Good night, El Salvador, and si se puede.
Later, guys.